What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the I'm Not Lucky, I'm Blessed podcast, the show where we celebrate young entrepreneurs and their achievement, and then we inspire up and coming entrepreneurs on how to make profit using their passion. And as usual, I'm your host, Lucky the Most. Enjoy the show. Hey guys, episode 114. Thank you so much for your love and your support. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. So with that said, guys, on this podcast, we believe that success leaves clues, okay? Successful people always leave a clue wherever they go. And today, I have a special guest in the building with me. So how did I meet this guy? I met him at Ultra Flex. Chest day, I was about to bench press 315, and I needed a spot. And I asked him, and he spotted me. And after that, we just kind of like attracted. You know what they say, like, real recognize real. The moment he spoke, I was like, oh man, I gotta have this guy on my podcast, man. I gotta let
you notice he had to say 315. You notice that he had to say I was benching 315.
It wouldn't be nice to just say I was benching and then I asked for a spot. I had to
you gotta say you were benching 315.
Yeah,
definitely 100.
So our guest today, okay, his name is Greg Pique, aka Master Fitness Boston. He's a personal trainer, he's a rapper, he's an entrepreneur, a father of two beautiful children, two beautiful girls, and he's here today to share his story with us. Pique, welcome to the podcast, my brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you,
100.
Man. How you feeling?
I feel real good. I'm super excited to be here.
Fact.
This is the place to be.
Oh, honestly.
This is where you're going to get all the information. I always say we're here to liberate, not dominate.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
I love that. We're here to, set the captives free, Mental, it could be any kind of, liberation, mental, physical, psychological,
There's so much that goes on in the world today that keeps us restricted. And a lot of it comes from ourselves. So if you wonder why you're not where you want to be, you have to look at yourself. You have to look at the mirror.
Starts from you.
Starts from you.
Starts from you.
So coming from someone who had to do a lot of that, I can speak on that.
I believe
because I had to start here first.
I believe it, brother.
So it's been a long road,
yeah.
But I'm happy. I have no regrets. I'm moving forward in everything I do. So that's what it's all about.
I love it. I love it. So before we go deeper, Pique, can you please introduce yourself to the listeners out there?
My name is Greg Pique, aka Master Fitness, also Master Movers. I'm an entrepreneur, businessman, someone who self-motivated. I'm about health. I'm about wellness. I'm about empowerment. I'm about God first, definitely. So, I'm a lot of things. I'm connected to source most importantly.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. I love that. So let's see. You also own a master moving company.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you start all this? How did you become Pique, aka the master?
I got tired of working for people. And I realized I need to work for myself.
So why did you go the route of personal training?
So I used to work for a moving company.
Yeah.
Then I decided I'm making them all the money. So I opened my own moving company. And as I got older, I realized I needed to stay in shape to do the job that I needed to do. So I started going to the gym. I was weak, couldn't even lift 130 pounds. Speaking of chest press, a friend of mine got me in the gym. Shout out to Mickey Elroy. He said, let's go to the gym. I said, what's that? So I went to the gym. We got into the gym, the MG Fitness in Medford, the old classic MG Fitness in Medford. We got started there. Soon he left and I kept going. 10 years later now, I'm at the gym. A buddy of mine, Jeremy Lockett, said to me, he said, bro, if you're always going to be at the gym, why don't you get paid for it? Every time I call you, you're at the gym. So you might as well get paid for it.
Story of my life.
And we love the gym. Everybody loves to be at the gym. But we always need that money to be at the gym, So, to make a long story short, I said, the first thing, what do you say when someone says something like that that's new to you? What is the normal response? I'll think about it. So I kept going and I said, what do I keep thinking about? I have nothing to lose. If I become a trainer, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I'm always here. I can make money. I love training.
Yeah.
So I'll get paid to love what I do.
Yeah.
And long story short, I just, I became a trainer.
You know what I love about, so it's like, I was in the same situation, you get, right?
Yep.
My boss told me, like, you're always in the gym, and like the previous guy I used to work for, like, why don't you just go work it? Like, it's like you work, like on my way to work, I have to stop by at the gym to work out. On my way home from work, I have to still go to the gym and work out. And like any other time I was at the gym. So it's like, you might as well just do this. And for me, it's like, when I started, it's like, I have nothing to lose. Even if I'm a bad trainer, I'm still going to make money off it. You get it, right? And then I still also have a gym to still work out. So it was like a win-win situation for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then what about the moving? So how did you start the moving business?
So the moving business, I just, after years of being a mover, I just learned how to slowly start a business. I started to listen and learn when I was on jobs, what it takes to have a moving company, or what kind of people you need to employ, what type of mindset you need to have. So when I first started moving, I said, I don't know why anybody would do this ever. This is the worst job ever.
The worst job ever.
I actually walked off a job one day. I said, see you suckers later. I'm not going to be doing this. So I said, I'm not going to be doing this anymore. I'm out of here. So, and I kept coming back to it. It's good money. It's legitimate money. It's lucrative. So I kept coming back to it. And what happens when you start being consistent? You start getting good at what you're doing. Yeah. What do we call that? Professional, right?
Yeah.
So, next thing I know, I'm leading guys that are older than me. I'm learning to become a leader.
Yeah.
I'm learning to manage money, structure, systems, in the field.
In the field.
So I started getting good at that. So I said, why don't I try this as my own? And sure enough, came up with the name Master Movers.
Master Movers.
Yeah. I love which is like master builders, if you think about it.
Yeah.
The master builders of old.
Yep.
So it's all about building. And I didn't know that these places were getting me ready for higher levels of understanding. So never despise the day of small beginnings.
Even the Bible says that.
In the Bible, that's exactly what it says.
So let's go back to this, what you just said, that these days were getting you ready for something greater. Like what days were those days, and like what's the greater thing that it was getting you ready for?
The greater thing is now I have a thriving business.
Yeah.
I know how to communicate well with others.
Yeah.
So that they can work with me in my business. I have 4 employees, full-time employees, and they're rotating amongst 5 or 6 guys as part-time. Yeah. But I have 4 full-time. It took a long time to get to that point. It's not easy. So, in order to get to certain levels, you have to be at a basic level of understanding.
Facts.
In order to get to higher, more complicated levels where you're going to make more money, where you're going to deal with more complicated relationships involving money. Yeah. So,
no, it's like that's what like kind of like affects most of us in life, is that if I always tell people, like, if you say the goal is big, but like your mind cannot comprehend you achieving that goal, so it doesn't push you to do it.
Right.
But once you break down that goal and start small, like where you started from, like, if you had said, what, I wanted to just go out there and open a business and call it Master Movers and be successful at it, that wouldn't have been possible. You get right? But because you started from somewhere small and
at the time I didn't even know that it was going anywhere. It was just a random job that I had when I was young.
Yeah.
Now I'm a business owner of a moving company. And more importantly, I'm building relationships in the community that are building people up and changing their lives because I'm able to employ them.
Yes.
And as an employer, I can change people's lives by the way I treat them, by the way we interact with them.
Yeah.
You know,
I
worked with one of my guys. I realized, you know, I got on the truck with him one day when one of his sneakers was ripping. So I said, bro, you need some new sneakers. So I went out and got him some sneakers. You know, it's the little things. We can't forget where we come from when we get to where we're going.
Wow, I love
and
that.
Act like we always been there. You know, sometimes we got to get off that horse and humble yourself,
Fact,
you know.
Fact. Or else life will humble you.
Or life will humble you. And I've been humbled plenty of times.
You know, I can't even imagine.
But things have always been given to me, and I'm appreciative. I'm thankful, you know. So why not give it back?
I respect that. So, like, while you were doing your move out, you know, while you were working for those other people, like, what are some skills that, or like, what's the lesson you've learned from all these experiences, from when you started being a mover and now you owning your own business? Like, what's one thing you took away from that?
The one thing that I say I can take away from that, when you're doing these things, people think that the end goal is the monetary gain, is the money, but it's just a platform. It's just a playground for you to grow. Because that money can go tomorrow. But what did you learn?
What did you learn?
What did you learn?
Facts. That's what I've been hearing the whole day. Like, it's not the result, it's who you become in the process that really, really matters. You understand, right?
It is. And that's what I enjoy, the process. Like look at us right now. This is sometimes we'll look back in our lives and we'll say, wow, that was a good time. You know, and I was broke back then. You know, I was laughing more. So that's what we need to understand as we grow. Everything is not what it seems. You know, the external is just the external. The internal is the internal. And forever will be forevermore. With that being said, we are all eternal beings. We're just here for a second then we're gone. Okay? So you might as well enjoy whatever stage you're at, whatever process, whatever place, whoever you are, be who you are to the best of your ability.
I love that.
You know, I'm always learning. I don't know everything. I'm always sponging. I'm always connecting.
So, Pique, I love this, man. Like, next question is, how did you become this person you are today? I remember when we started the podcast, you spoke about, you know, like,
I've been through a lot.
In that journey.
I've been through a lot. When where do I begin?
Anywhere, man.
When I was young, I went to DYS because, you know, I thought I knew everything. I was too smart for my own good, didn't want to listen to anybody, you know, got into trouble. You know, sometimes we have the knowledge, but we don't have the wisdom. And what happens when you have the knowledge and the wisdom? It's an imbalance. So, which was a part of the plan. Now on me, I have the wisdom to go with it. So wow, what a feeling now. You know? So
I think the wisdom comes with time. You know?
The wisdom comes with time. You got to be patient. Don't rush things. You know, as a young man, I rush things. I wanted to be here or there. My temper was short. You know, I had no patience. I'm still learning those things today. I'm still learning.
It never ends, man. You're still always learning. So it's a saying that has been so, like, I came across and it's been amazing. It says God is never slow.
Yes.
God is never slow.
Yeah.
We're just in a hurry. We're just trying to get, like, God is never slow. Like, it will happen at the right time. You just have to be patient.
And that's what the wisdom is. Now I understand. I have time. You know, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
Facts.
You know, if I don't have to force it, I don't have to force it. It comes out better that way, whatever you're doing, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, anything. You know, let it grow organically. Watch how it comes out.
Okay. So we're still talking about, you know, how you became this person you are today. So you were talking about how you were young and can you continue with that story?
So I had two sisters that passed away that were murdered in 87.
Are you serious?
That changed my whole family's life. So they were 16 and 19 when they were murdered.
Wow.
On the same day.
On the same day.
On the same day by ex boyfriend.
Really?
Of the youngest one. Yep.
So the 16 years old boyfriend.
Yep.
Murdered both of them.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So my family was left with the pieces. So, it changed us, for lack of a better word, So, when you're faced with those challenges, I was 9 years old, and I had to figure out where to put the pieces, and I didn't know. That's where my journey, a lot of it begins. Yeah. What do you do with that information?
Yeah.
So imagine being left with two bodies. Your family, young girls in their prime, just left, like that. So I learned a lot through that,
And how did this affect your family? You said,
it tore us apart. It tore us apart. We all got PTSD, anxiety, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's tough to talk about it right now, but it helps to talk about it.
Yeah.
I can say where I've been and where I'm going. But the one important thing that I learned is remember when I said we're eternal? Yeah. The relationship doesn't stop. Yeah. So, negative things may happen, but in the end it's our story, not their story, it's our story. You know what I mean? So ugly things may happen, but in the end, remember this is our story. So what does that mean? I remember the beautiful things of my sisters. Yes. I still have a relationship. That'll never end. And I'll see them in the eternal.
Yeah. I love that, man.
And I'm learning so much still from that. So that's one of the things that's really changed me. It gave me empathy. I'm an empath. My family are sensitives. Shout out to my sister Mariah. Yeah. She has a radio show called Paranormal Playground on Tufts University. Check her out. Okay. Yeah. We're talking about spiritual. We're getting deep. My name is Pique, and we are very spiritual people, my family. So there's a lot. There's a lot to us.
I love it. Okay. So, the loss of your sister, and then after that, what happened,
So I went through a lot of anger, self-medicating. I got into a lot of trouble. As you grow up, you have to start questioning, is this the right path to be on? Am I where I want to be?
Yeah. I think we all did that, yeah.
So I had to face myself, essentially, and say, there's something wrong. There's a deep sadness. There's a deep anger that I have within me. So I have to battle my demons. So I got to use my angels. Here we go. Let's get deep.
And how was that process like?
Oh my God.
I mean, let's say this, guys. When PK say battling his demons, it's something every one of us do it. So these are things that every one of us in life at some point have to do. You get right? Some demons in our closets that we just don't want to let them out. You understand, right?
I would break out and cry spontaneously when I was younger, and I didn't know why. So in my later 20s, I said to myself, something's wrong. Something's not right. So one day I had to face this. So I take mushrooms. I use mushrooms. Yeah. Shout out to my people who microdose. Mushrooms can help you. We're talking about psilocybin, magic mushrooms. One day I was taking mushrooms, self-medicating. Yeah. And when you take mushrooms, it exposes everything that's inside of you, whether you like it or not. That's why some people do not like mushrooms. They don't want to face that.
Gotcha.
So one day I was eating them and it exposed it and I had to face it. And I had an experience where literally I felt angels fighting demons or negative forces while I was just sitting there confused, but going through this. Yeah. But when it was over, I felt a release, and it was powerful. It was the first time in my life I actually dealt with what was inside of me. Because when something negative happens to you, it's like an infection. You can either stop it in its tracks, or it perpetuates.
Yep.
And up until that point, it was perpetuating. It was spreading. Like I said, self-medicating, anger. I was getting into fights all the time.
Oh,
Street Fighter. You know,
Pique the Street Fighter.
Pique the Street Fighter,
knocking people out.
But
except fighting your own demons itself.
Yeah. And those are the real battles. You know, those are the real battles. You know, we fight with flesh and we fight not of flesh and blood.
Nah. But
help me out. We fight
and powers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say that again.
But against principalities and powers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
And that comes full circle about why we deal what we deal with. Why certain things are happening. Because we're disconnected. So we think it's okay to kill people.
Yeah, and the only way we express it is by physically. When it's more than just physical, it's really, really a battle from within, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I started learning, you know, from that point. I said, okay, if I can deal with this and start healing myself, now we're talking about healing and moving forward. Imagine the doors that were open. Imagine the things that we're missing when we're angry. Imagine the things you don't see because you're fearful. Imagine the relationships you don't have because of things blocking you, because of some negative thing that got in the way. So things started changing for me slowly. I said, what is this force that frees us? Like I said, we got to liberate, not dominate. Yeah. So I said, wait a minute, this is a force. Maybe it comes from within us. Maybe we were born with this and we can always change. We can always fight, you know, what we call negativity. Yeah. We can change it around and turn it into light. Something like my tattoo. Yeah. It says surrounded by the white light. Because that one, you know, I'm an extremist. If I'm gonna be good, I have to be really good. I have to be all the way. Yeah. I'm no gray person. I'm no in between.
No mediocre life. No average. I'm the same too. Like, you know, if I'm doing this, and that's why I don't do a lot of stuff. You understand me, right? Because I can be extreme with everything, but the only things that I get myself into, I'm taking those shit to the max.
Exactly. Yeah. And you could turn that into a positive. You know.
Yeah. So if you didn't have this healing process, like if what happened didn't happen, like where do you think you would have been, PK?
Oh, I'd be dead.
Right.
I'd be gone. That's what happens to negative energy. It gets folded upon itself. That energy, there's laws in the universe that grace you with certain time, grace you with certain things, but ultimately you cannot escape the laws of the universe, which are the laws of God. Yeah. So luckily, I always had spirit guides. Yes. I've always, you know, had enough consciousness to know that there's something else that I need to hold on to, even though this is I'm experiencing this, but there's got to be something else.
Where did that come from? That knowledge?
That I always had, you know, and I think that's just, you know, I'm an old soul.
I feel you.
So, you know, we made, this might be my 100th life, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
And we're just sitting on a couch right now having a conversation.
Facts.
You know?
I love it.
So don't take things too serious. Where are we going so fast? You know? Where are we in a rush to go? We got all eternity.
I love it, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it. Wow. Okay. So how's your family right now? You know,
I know we're getting deep and heavy with it.
Yo, I love it, man. I love it. Give me all of it. Like, how's your family right now? Like, you know, are they better too? Did they learn from this experience? You know, like, are they in a better place?
We're all different, and we all learn in different ways.
Yeah.
You know? Yep. So to this day, it's something that affects us. Yeah. You know, some of us have found better ways in dealing with it. Some of us have, you know, still challenged with these challenges of dealing with that issue. Yeah. So that never goes away. You know, once something like that happens, it's always going to be there.
Yeah. That's not something you can just close. It's not a chapter you can just easily close off and just move on with life like it never happened.
I once was driving down the road,
Yeah.
and I had an epiphany.
Yeah.
I was meditating on these things, and Spirit, I had a reading. Spirit told me, don't worry about that energy. It's being taken care of. And even when, now listen to this. Spirit told me, I couldn't believe that I was hearing this. Spirit said, even you are going to forgive that energy in your own time.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And I started crying because I felt we're all connected. We are so deeply connected. No matter what happens, we are so connected to each other. You know what I mean? And we don't realize it. Like we like to separate from black, white, religion, this and that, but we're all one big family.
Big facts.
And we're helping each other move along. It's like what happens when your brother, if you have a brother and sister, they get in trouble in the house. From afar, you see, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Like they did that. Oh wow. So
that's how it works.
So it's easier to understand when you're dealing with it on those levels. Yeah. But life is very deep. It's very deep. But I'm blessed to have an understanding the way I do. Old soul.
I love it.
I have a feeling you have an old soul too.
Hey man, I have no clue, but I can't say no to it. You get right. I accept everything, man.
Absolutely.
I accept everything. It's all good. So like, how did you now? So we've talked about you growing up, master movers. Let's talk about master fitness.
Master fitness. Fitness. So I got certified at NASM.
Gotcha.
So I said I'm going to take the hardest school because, I want to be the number one ninja. I want to be the top ranking karate, master, fitness, whatever you want to call it. And then I said, this shit is hard. Am I going to pass this shit?
Yo. You know why I'm laughing? Same thing.
Yo. Oh my God. So I took the first test. I passed all my exams, Then I got to the final exam. I finished. They said, "Oh, you missed by like 4 or 5 points."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh man, this is rough." So the next time I missed, they said, "Oh, you missed by like 2 points." I'm like, "Whoa, where's this going? I might not make it. Master Fitness might not make it. What's going on?" Oh my God. So I might have to master something else.
What would you?
I might be, I don't know, master bakery or something. I don't know. So this time they said, listen, you can take it again.
Yeah.
If you fail, you're gonna have to wait a little while, and we're gonna have to start charging you. Yeah. I said, I don't blame you, because I keep coming here. I'm drinking water. I'm using the facilities. But I keep failing. I gotta pay for this stuff.
Facts.
They said 2 dates. I forget what the other date is. They said October 9th. And that's the anniversary of my sister's death.
Really?
They said, you got that date or another one.
So you took
I took October 9th. I said, you know what? If I don't pass, it's going to be a really bad day. If I pass,
it's going to be.
I don't even know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen, yeah.
I took the test. I waited for the person. He's looking on the computer. I'm melting.
Yeah.
Melting. He looks at me. He goes, "Oh," and of course he had the pause. He was like,
he wasn't sure.
You passed.
Finally.
The emotions. I passed on the anniversary. I became a trainer on the day my sisters died.
Yeah.
I became a trainer.
Wow.
So this is what we're talking about.
Wow.
These are the points.
It's like one is going, one is coming in. Wow.
You see the power of God?
Yeah. Wow.
That's the power of God. So when I became a trainer, it was the best thing in my life. I get to help people, and the journey I've had with all my clients, I cannot put into words. I cannot put into the words. All my clients, you know who you are. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I learned more from you than you did from me. I feel like
for real. I know this is your show, but I just want to share my story a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So like, I just want to talk about failure a little bit too. So I used to work for a move out company too. After school, I did move out, and I was good at it, but I just didn't like it. It's like, nah, I don't want to do this, man. Like, this is just too much for me.
You like, make me spit this out.
Simply like you. I left out of it. I'm like, bye, guys. I don't want to. But I kept, like, I left one and came back to another one. And it's like, this was like the worst period of my life. I was so depressed just because I didn't like what I was doing. But I needed some source of income. You get, right? Fast forward, I got a car, started doing Uber. And then I worked in a marketing company. Okay, I left the moving to work in a marketing company, and that was the last job I did working for someone. And I remember that day something happened, and then I left the office, and I had about $600 in my account, or $700, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and pay for a class for personal training, because like everyone has been saying this for a long time, but I never did it. You get right? So like that day on my way home, I called Ace. I did Ace, and I want to sign up for personal training, like, be a person. Oh, they were like, oh, welcome. I paid everything, about $700 or so, and then took the classes, everything. I went for the exam. Guess what, Master Fitness? I failed that shit, like, so bad.
Okay.
So like, and this was.
So I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. That's why I have to share this. You understand, right? So it's like, and I was coming from this. I wanted to be the best trainer. Like I studied all night for this. I went and I wrote the exam. I failed it. Ooh, shoot. I couldn't even tell my friends I failed it because...
Talk about humbling.
Yeah, right? Man. They were like, you failed that exam? If you can feel it, then anything. Yo, lucky, you failed the exam.
And now you're thinking, maybe I scared other people away from taking the test.
So it's like, okay, they were like, okay, you know what? I mean, I was like, fuck it, man. I'll do this again because I know, I would never give up. I went back, I read again, went back for the exam, and still failed it again. Whoo! That one I couldn't even tell anyone. It's like, because now I got to the point where you failed the first one, we understand, okay, but how can you fail it twice? You get right? So it was a blow for me, but I just kept it quiet to myself. And then there was someone, I was doing Uber, and then I picked up someone, and she told me something, because I told her about fitness, like. She knew my passion for fitness from just having a conversation with me. She's like, "Why are you not a trainer?" And I said, "I don't know, man."
So this was during your dying quietly inside, trying to keep a poker face.
Yep.
I feel you.
So she was like, "Why are you not a trainer?" And I said, I don't know. It's not working out for me, man." She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I wrote the exam twice, but I never failed it." She's like, "Why do you think you failed it?" I'm like, "I don't know, man." But she told me something. She's like, you failing it because I've heard you speak. You fail it because you don't want to tell them what they want to hear. You want, so, for example, I'm that person that I work out even though I'm tired. You get right, but a textbook wants you to rest when you're tired. You get right. So the whole science of it is a rest. For me, there's no rest day. You get right. So when a question comes that I should give them their answer, I give them my answer. Right. Does that make sense?
And that's why I have problems testing, because usually when you test, they want to know their answer. And so you have to transition.
And
so on one hand, as a trainer, you have to think outside of the box.
Yes.
But when it comes to testing, you have to have the right answer.
The right answer.
So I know exactly what you're saying.
So that was what I struggled with. And she made it clear to me. I believe you're failing because you're not giving them the answer they want to hear. You're giving them the answer of real life. You're giving them the real life answer. Okay?
Absolutely.
But they want the textbove answer. So
exactly.
In order for you to pass, you have to give them
that
the textbook answer. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, okay. I went back and give them the textbook answer and passed the government certificate. And that was my story.
Awesome.
It was funny. Yeah. So good to know, man. We have a lot of similarities.
We have a lot in common. We definitely have a lot in common.
And I like the fact that we don't just have a lot of.
Oh shit! I'm spilling shit over here. That's like the second time, bro. I gotta put this drink over here.
I like the fact that we don't just have similarities in good things, even in failures too. We have the same similarities. You know, you get right. That means a lot to me than even.
That's why we have a lot more in common than we realize. You know.
Yeah.
As I mess up your couch over here with my energy drink.
Too much energy.
Too much energy. Yeah. But no, you can never have too much energy. But I feel you. You know, we don't despise the day of small beginnings. That's all it is. Yeah. You know, and that's what it really means. Like things aren't gonna go in a perfectly straight line.
Yeah.
You know, so don't expect them to.
Now, next question is something I struggle with as a trainer, and I want to know if you struggle with it too. So you got the certification. You thought life was good, right? Now you got a client. How did you train your clients? You know, how were you creating programs for them? Like, you know, like making sure.
Let me tell this one story. Yeah. I feel like I have to tell this the first time I got my first training job. Yeah. So I learned the word imagine is a very powerful word. All right, guys. Imagine this story. Yeah. So the first time I became a trainer, I got an interview in North Andover to become a trainer. Yeah. The person said, "Come down. We want to, you know, we want you to fill out the application. Yada yada yada." Yep. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Never have been a trainer. Nothing. Yep. Right. So, and I learned the imagine is a very powerful word. So you got to create your future. You know. So the guy said, "What do you know? What is it you're gonna do? You know, do you have any experience?" I'm like, you know, not really, but I have some ideas. I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
So I said to him, we walked into a room and I said, imagine me training group classes in this room. And I looked at him out the corner of my eye like, is this shit gonna work? And he literally went like this. And started looking around the room. And I looked at him at the corner of my eye. And he started going like this. So the power of envisioning, you know, before you actually get to where you're going. I don't mean to evade your question, but I had to tell that story about, you know, the power of envisioning before you get to where you're going.
I believe that.
You want to envision yourself already there. Yes. And I got my first training job after that.
Wow. That's called, Napoleon Hill calls it a word, auto-suggestion. You understand me?
Auto-suggestion.
When you just sit and you fill your subconscious with so much information about what you want.
Yes.
Paint that picture. Act like you're already there, living in that car, driving that car that you want to drive.
Yes.
It has no other way or choice but to make it happen for you. That's what I've been like, honestly, been working on myself on for. Like, having that powerful message. Thank you for sharing that, man.
And by the way, I imagined us sitting here laughing, having fun the whole nine yesterday in my meditation. Bro. And what a great feeling it is.
Bro, I imagined this conversation yesterday before I went to bed, before it happened.
Think about that.
I imagine the laughter. I imagine this moment. Yes. I imagine the questions I throw at you. This whole thing had already played up in my mind before we're doing it here.
Oh my God. Amazing. This is powerful.
Amazing, bro.
Amazing.
No, I won't even lie to you.
Look at the connection you and I have, brother.
Fuck.
Look at that.
No, I respect that, man.
We are using the laws of the universe.
We have to. It's there for us to use, but if we don't know, even the Bible said, my people are suffering for lack of knowledge. They don't know. We don't. There's so much things out there that we don't know. You see all those books there?
Yep.
I ate all of them.
Wow. I see the principles, power, vision.
Bro.
As we're talking about it.
Everything.
Mind Hunter.
You name it. Like, you know, because
there's Manly P. Hall, The Secret Teachings of All Ages.
That's a book?
If that's a book. That's a really good book.
Call it
The Secret Teachings of All Ages, Manly P. Hall.
I want to know. So after the whole imagination, okay, now back to the conversation. How did you become Master Fitness? I want to know the process. How did you work on yourself? How did you become a personal trainer? Like, you get right.
So I decided that I didn't just want to it wasn't good enough just to be a trainer.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel like a trainer. I wanted to look like a trainer.
Yeah.
I wanted to embody what I thought a trainer should be.
Yes, sir.
So I became more serious about the knowledge of training and more serious about how I trained myself. So, you know, that question is very simple for me. You know, if you want to learn something and you're trying to pass that information, that knowledge over to someone else, you better know what you're talking about.
Facts.
You know,
walk that walk, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of studying about the body, this and that, you know, learning, in the field studying, just, you know, doing exercises you don't like. Oh, if, you know, for a long time, I didn't deadlift. Now I deadlift, you know, so little things like that. Do what you don't like. One of my sayings is this. So if you do what's hard, your life will be easy. If you do what's easy.
Les Brown.
Okay. Yes. This man knows his stuff. He's on point, people. He's on point. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I live by these principles. So now you know who I'm listening to, who I study. It's not just this or that. You can learn from everybody. There's a lot of great people out there. You know, and when I hear something that resonates with my heart, my soul, I'm keeping it.
You keeping it.
It's mine.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it because it's helping me.
It's helping you.
You know, it's helping me.
You can't let it go. You know, it's helping you.
And it becomes a part of you. That's how you become who you are.
Fact.
The people around you. That's why you have to be careful about who you have around you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
As you start to become like your environment.
Yeah. No, I respect that. Okay, so what's your style of training, Master Fitness? What's your style of training?
Be like water, my friend. Like Bruce Lee would say, be like water, my friend.
I like that.
Have no style.
Be like water.
People will look at me. It's funny. They'll say, "Oh, you're a or you're a bodybuilder." Or I'm whatever I need to be. You know what I mean? I'm whatever the client, the customer needs me to help them with.
Wow.
And people have different goals, different energies, different imbalances. So you can't just cookie cut.
How do you be like water?
You stay in a neutral zone until it's time to move.
Ooh.
So if you as water, it doesn't become a cup till it flows into a cup.
It just stays like that.
It stays like that.
It fits in everything. You can put it in a cup. You can put it in the water. You can put it anywhere. And
once you drink it, becomes energy.
But like as a human now, okay? Now because I know what it takes to be a water. You get right?
Yes.
As a human being, to be neutral like water, it takes work. You have to know. It takes
work.
You have
That's
to know.
very important that you said that. Yeah. It's not just
be like water. That's exactly. That's what I'm trying to like drive to, like, you know, what does it take to be like water?
Oh my God, it takes balance. It takes patience.
Yeah.
It takes removing yourself from your own ego. You know, it takes many things. People want the short way of getting to point A to point B. Yeah. There is no short way. It's called hard work, dedication, discipline. In all those ways, you're going to suffer a little bit to a degree.
Yeah.
And once you get used to that notion of, okay, through my process, I'm going to be building something. I'm going to be earning something. All you do is look for that process. Some people run from that process. All I want is that process. You know, being on a podcast, you'll be nervous. Okay, let's go through it. How does it feel?
Let's go through it.
Let's go through it.
Like this is saying, like, you know, take me through. Like, you know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be, but take me through it, man. I wanna get through it. You understand? Like so I thought, like, you know, you're already afraid, man. You might as well just do it afraid. You understand, right? Just. What's that? What else is there? You're already afraid.
So back to when my buddy said, you know, why don't you become a trainer? What did I say? I'll think about it. Finally, it takes the decision for you to say, what are you thinking about? You have to use your brain. You have to think. But there's situations where you have to take action. And then think about it.
Think about it on the way.
Think about it on the way. Think about it after you failed that first test. Why did I take this path?
And now you're already in it.
And now you're already in
so
it.
So there's no way
just
for you.
Strap on.
You're just gonna figure a way out of that.
That's
mess.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a plan B in life?
A plan B?
Yeah.
Do I have a plan B?
Do you believe in plan B, or do you? When you taking actions, do you always have a plan B, a backup plan in mind?
Do you play chess?
Yes, a little.
When you play chess, do you play with just the pawn or the rook or the bishop?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Is that a plan B? Some may call it a plan B, but I like to look at it as playing chess. Either you're moving forward with this piece in concert with another piece while you're sacrificing another piece.
Yeah.
So what I call plan B is more build, destroy, build, destroy. Excellent. So you're always building. Sometimes you got to tear down to build some more.
Yeah.
Is that a plan B? I don't know. It's just the way I operate now. Not keeping your eggs in one basket, because the one thing that's constant is change. So you have to always be ready for change,
Like the water.
Like the water. Back to the water.
Back to the water.
Be like water, my friend.
I love how
Shout out to Bruce Lee.
I know. Bruce Lee, the GOAT, man. Okay, so, I'm going to take you back to your own words right now, okay?
Uh-oh. Yep. Let me take a sip. I won't spill this now.
This is the one you should spill.
Here we go.
So I came across this post on your Instagram, and you talked about healing the body through training. It's a video you made on Instagram a long time ago.
Yes.
And you spoke about empathy. Like, I want to ask you, what does it mean to heal the body through training?
Well, first of all, when just movement in itself changes your body at a cellular level. So when we're talking about healing and movement, they coincide. So ATP levels, your mood, your chemistry in your body, just moving your muscles, the negative and positive movements, we're meant to move. So don't you notice, like, when you had a good workout or a workout in general, you just feel good.
Feel good, yeah.
And feeling good is a healing thing for you.
Yeah.
You feel good. You breathe more. You get that oxygen exchange. So now you're changing at a cellular level. You're rejuvenating your cells. The more you hydrate, the more you oxygenate. And when you work out, we're drinking like water, like we're in the desert all of a sudden. Yep. But you notice when you don't work out, you feel like you don't need as much water.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very healing on a mental level, on a spiritual level, so many ways. But first and foremost, you'll feel it physically. And what comes from that physical change will, transcend to other places, to your mind, the way you interact with people, your temperament,
Yeah.
So it's healing.
It's healing. Yeah. I agree. I love that. And then you also talk about your 6 rules of engagement. Can you?
He's quizzing me now.
Can you also share the 6 rules? Because I want my listeners to learn a lot, as much as they can from you. What are your 6 rules of engagement?
You know what? I have no idea what the 6 rules of engagement are. Lucky just put me on the spot. Okay, let me think about this. Let me see. So 6 rules of engagement.
Number 1, you said working out.
Number 1 is working out in general.
In general, yeah.
What do you mean work?
You posted it. It was on your Instagram. You made a video of it.
I talk so much shit
a while ago.
Now to ring. No, but it's important that we understand what it is we're talking about.
Yeah.
So this is what I love right here. The brother is challenging me so I can be a better person and actually focus on my discipline. So the first rule of engagement. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
If I said working out, then it just means taking the action to getting your butt to the gym.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just going to the gym and getting there. And then, from there, you can have other rules of engagement. Okay. building your energy levels. I think that was one of them. Building your energy while you're at the gym. Because at first, when you first start working out, you may not have that energy, but over time, you're going to build more energy.
Gotcha.
You know, let me see. Are there any more? What did I say? 6? Man, I don't remember all these rules of engagement.
I don't even do. Okay. Then let's skip that. Okay. So, how has exercising, helped you? Like, fitness, everything. How has it helped you?
Exercising, it's helped me to be more disciplined. It's helped me to be.
Did it change your life?
It has.
It has, right?
It's shown me through hard work.
Yeah.
There's progress.
I'm telling you.
And it pays off.
I tell people, no one knew me until I started lifting weight. You get it, right? Like, no one cared about me. No one knew me until I started lifting weight. And it's just that discipline. People wish they had it. You get it, right? The dedication, the endurance. People wish they had it, and that's what attracts people to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of meditation that goes into, like, I get my best ideas. I figure stuff out, while I'm working out. I'm thinking about other things, but at the same time, I'm letting it flow. I'm not letting it stop me. So through my movement patterns, I'm pushing this energy left and right. So if you're thinking about an issue, get under the bench. Like you said, lifting 315.
You forgot about
you'll feel different about that problem after you get from under that bench.
Yeah.
So it's really a meditative thing when it comes down to it, talking about external. What we're doing on the external, training, lifting weights, but what's happening internally, like subconsciously, so it's like two different things are happening on one plane. So we got the physical plane.
Yep. And then
we got the eternal, the things that we can't see, I feel are real. The things that we can see are not as real. What I mean by that is one day our body, our cars, our house, all this will be gone.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I believe remains is your experiences you take with you.
Yeah.
The love.
Yeah.
You can't see love.
Yeah.
You can't see experiences.
Yeah.
But you can see a car. You can see a wall.
And you know what's funny? Those are the shit that are for free.
Those for free.
For free.
And we worry about the stuff.
That
cost an arm and a leg.
Like, literally, the saying that says the best things in life are for free. Like, literally, we got all those for free. Family came to us. We didn't even ask for it. And family is one of the best things that has happened to us. You understand, right? Love is free. You just fell in love with someone and, you get it. Like, your mind is free. Your eyes are free. Your nose is free. You got all that stuff for free. And we spend most of our time just running after those things that you say that we can't even take with us. That those physical things that are not even physical.
So even when we're working out, like sometimes, I see people at the gym doing their thing, looking at their bodies, and we all do it. We want to see our pump, this and that. Yeah. But it also reminds me, like, okay, it's good to have, a healthy body. But at the same time, it reminds me, like, what am I really striving for? Why do I want to be healthy and in shape? Because I actually want to have the longevity and endurance to help people and heal them. So if you don't have that energy, you can't talk to them through a podcast. You can't, if you have a child or a friend, you can't run with that person and talk with them and see what they're going through.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? So it's all about having the energy to connect and be with the people that you are meant to travel with in this life as long as you can, which is the opposite of what destroying yourself is. When people destroy themselves with drugs and harmful things, then it's the opposite. Then you're taking away from that. It's a selfish thing. Yeah,
you're no longer building that person that you're supposed to be building.
And the people who love you feel like there's something missing. So I always want to be present. Like Lucky said, come to the podcast. I'm there.
Yes,
let's experience together.
Yes, sir.
Let's build.
Because moments like this, and irreplaceable. You understand, right? Whatever we've done here, like, it's gonna be forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
So I hope this podcast lives on forever.
It's gonna live
long
on
after
forever.
we're
It's gonna
gone.
live on
Someone's
forever.
listening to this.
That's the purpose of this podcast. Like, I realized that I was having conversations with people that were not ordinary. You understand, right? And I was like, damn, I have to, like I told you, I feel like in life, like, our generation, like, we do too much for us not to be heard. You understand, right?
Yes.
We have so much knowledge for us not to be heard. We do too much for us not to be seen. So why not create a platform that, you know, people can just sit and exchange knowledge and just put it out there, and then later on years, you know, generations from now, because if you look at it right now, we still go back and listen to the Jim Rons, you get, right, that have been dead long ago. We still go back to them and pick up information.
Can you do a Jim Ron impersonation?
I can't, but
you know his accent.
Yep.
Today we're gonna talk about. I can't do it, but
he's a lot lighter.
I love his accent. I love his accent. You know, I don't know where he's from, but he has an awesome accent. And he talks slower, so you can hear what he's saying. It's awesome,
but funny at the same time.
Yeah. You see how we're talking about people. Is he still around, by the way?
Nah, he's gone.
You see what I'm saying?
Gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even today we're still having conversations about it. You know why? Because he left something out there.
Absolutely.
For us.
And that's the real substance.
That's the real substance.
That's the real gold.
Yeah.
That's what we call gold in alchemy. Yes. Alchemy. What is that?
That's a book, right?
That's
no, the Alchemist.
So there are books out there.
Yeah.
But also alchemy, some people can say, is a way of thinking. So alchemy comes from the word chemist. Alchemist is God's chemist.
Gotcha.
So the word al is the God's chemist. Don't quote me on it, but it should be. It does read out that way. You know, however it reads out. Basically, God's chemistry. I got a tattoo here. Alchemist. Yeah. God's chemistry. So you're taking which is above from the spirit into the three-dimensional, the material, and you're creating something. So, and when you're creating something from the east to the west, your material manifesting. So it's important for me to become a white magician. White magician just means white magic. You're a magi. You know how to use energies to create what you want. And I'm a strong believer in that. So that's why I have surrounded by the white light. That's why they say black magic. Yeah. Black magic is for people who use it for selfishness.
Gotcha.
So, you know, that's why I say liberate, not dominate. That's Star Wars.
We're not trying to dominate people.
That's Star Wars, right? We're talking about Jedi, Sith Lord. Same. That's why you have those movies. That's why you have The Matrix. You have all those movies. This is where all that information comes from. It's not just made up out of nowhere. It's real. You know, so when you become a healer consciously, now when you're consciously healing, you're a whole different force, as opposed to being the in between that, oh, you're learning about this and you have an opinion. So there's a difference. We talked about being extreme, right? Yeah. So on the two opposite spectrums, you have light and dark, you know, and that in itself is a deep conversation. But I feel that I've gotten to a place in my evolution of life's karma, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Now I'm headed in the other direction. Yeah. So now this is just practice for the next realm. This is the third dimension. We have a body. Yeah. We have to move and walk to where we want to go. In the next realm, it's all about what you are as energy. And then it's instantaneous. So we're talking about fifth, fourth dimension, seventh. This is what they talk about in the Bible when they talk about seventh heaven. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't know this. They get lost when speaking about this, because this is what a small percentage of people understand. And that's how we're being controlled by these universal laws. Do you get what I'm saying? You gotta watch out. So you gotta use these laws to free people, to free yourself. Some people don't believe that. They believe the opposite. They want to hoard it. They want to keep it to themselves. Yeah. That's why I'm speaking about it. Use it to free yourself. Make music that talks about love. You know, talk about your story and your struggle, how it's helped you and how it will help others.
And that's one thing I enjoy about you, the music that you drop to. Like, guys, not just, this guy is not just a master mover, a master lifter. He's a master rapper. You understand, right? Like, I have gone through your page and I've heard your music, and music is so liberating. Like, you get me right. The stories you put out there, you're not singing songs to dominate people. You're not singing songs to put people under some form of oppression. You're singing music that, based on your story, you're empowering people. You know, you're motivating people to go out there and do things. You know, like, it's really amazing. And I was like, wow, this guy, we're sleeping on this guy. Like, and I was going through, like, some of them didn't want to have views, and I'm like, damn, wait, y'all skip this because you see him rapping. You think
I got one view on one of my songs.
Can you imagine? Like, I'm like, wow.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you, though, brother. Thank you.
How did you?
Well, it goes to show you, like some of the things, the music that's so popular. Yeah. You got to think, like, why is this so popular? Yeah. And it's not even that great. It's not even that it doesn't even speak to your heart. So, you know, there's a lot of things where you realize this is a crazy world we live in, you know, 100%. And a lot of people are controlled by a small percent of knowledge. Knowledge is power. Yeah. You know?
I feel like knowledge is power, but I feel applied knowledge is power.
Yes. True. So when you use knowledge or the universal laws in a respective way, that is the ultimate freedom.
Yeah.
You're not imprisoning anything or anyone. You're actually freeing yourself from, you know, judgment, from your own karma, from, you know, negative things.
Okay, so let's talk about the music. You get it, right? So here's something you don't know. I'm a rapper too.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
I
music was my first love. Like, I loved music so much. Like, rapping was something that I thought I was gonna be a musician, like, hands down. And back in college, I was doing music, and I stopped music because just the music wasn't healthy for me anymore. You get right?
Yep.
The kind of music was just messing with me. Like, the lifestyle wasn't healthy. So I chose fitness because fitness was a more healthier path. You get right? Or else if I had gone on that musical part, I don't know where I would have been by right now. Probably doing drugs or something. You get? So I switched to, you know, fitness, and it's been amazing till now. And now I'm slowly thinking about going back to the music and writing songs that sound like your music.
Because wow.
I love your music.
He said my music.
Yeah,
oh my God.
They're uplifting. You understand me, right? I want to sing songs that are uplifting. I want to sing songs people will hear and they're having a bad day, but they would know that, oh, someone else is having a bad day like me too. Okay, that's cool. Then if they can do it, I can do it too. You get right? That's the kind of music you do, and I love it. So where did this come from, bro?
So a lot of my stories, like what I've been through, the people I've been around, I want to tell their story. People who've died, who passed on. Like my sisters, I wrote a song. Angels got me through falling asleep, lay down in caskets.
Yes, I heard that song.
Yeah, so if it, you know, talking about the story about my sisters who died, through my, you know, through the light and positivity, I'm able to make music. This is how I'm able to, you know, heal. So, and I wrote, you know, a verse. The chorus goes, with my angels, got me through falling asleep, lay down in caskets. Life's but a dream, you see. I'm waking up for eternity, forever to be with my angels.
That's deep.
Just think about that.
That's
like,
deep.
So when I write music, I think about who is listening
Yeah.
How it is going to affect, because essentially we are casting spells when we write music. That's why they call it spelling.
Yeah.
When you're doing a spelling bee or something.
Yeah.
So when you speak, and I had to make a decision because I grew up listening to Tupac, Biggie, like Styles P, Jadakiss, and you have to understand those people are writing music from where they come from. Now, when I start writing music, am I writing music to mimic what I think is cool? Or am I writing music from my experiences? You know, I'm from Boston. You see the shirt? Boston. So all the experiences are coming from Boston, you know. But also I've been to other places, but they're all collective experiences. So what is it that you come from, that you represent? What have you learned? That's what hip hop, rap, you know, initially was about. Yeah. You know, where you come from. Okay, what are you making out of it?
Yeah.
You know, and
eventually this was the music then.
Yeah. That's how I grew up listening when I was young. Run DMC. Yeah. We're talking about old school music. But I also listen to Pat Benatar. You know, Billy Joel. Yeah. So these are 80s music. So it wasn't just rap music. You know, I grew up listening to Guns N' Roses, Metallica. So all these different perspectives, you know, it just helped me to say, okay, it's good to be unique and not cookie cutter. Like, so what I am is, you realize, is unique to the world. So spit it. Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah.
That is,
you know, I respect that, man. No, it's really hearing that come from you just means from someone I respect too. You get it, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have the same mindset, like the music, and also just the message you're trying to pass with that music. You're not just trying to like you said, you have to decide what spell you're trying to cast out. You get me, right? Is it something positive or something negative?
And at the same time, what is your story? Like, how did you feel? Like, I always see things from a cinematic point of view. So when something happens in my life, I always see it as a story. My favorite musical is West Side Story.
West Side Story.
It's about two gangs.
Yep.
You know, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet
love
type of. But I love the way it was portrayed, because sometimes life happens like art, and art is imitating life. Yeah. So why not speak through that? And Tupac taught me that. You know, like, speak what is real to you. You know, so when I was listening to Tupac, I was going through real things. You know, I was running around on the street with my friends. You know, I was going through things. You know, I was getting locked up, things like that. So when I was listening to him, I said, this brother is talking about the things that I'm going through. You know, so as I start to write music, I think to myself, what am I going through? What do I have to say? You know?
How did you start writing music? Did you like, it's something you just woke up and started doing, or something that has been with you since from like?
I think I was young. I was like 17.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about, I think we can all agree that whoever makes music, it's a feeling in your chest. Something you got to get out.
Yeah.
You know, it's a feeling. It's not something you just wake up and do. It's something that's been in your soul, in your heart. And you have that beat, that music playing when you go to sleep, when you wake up, that music's with you.
Yeah.
So really, that song has always been there. When you write that song, you're just manifesting that music and materializing it into words. But every day, how I feel, what I do is I am the music. You know, it's not something that's just a hobby. You know, it's a part of me. It's real. You know?
Yeah. It's this one. Let me see if I can remember the name of the song. Outside. You wrote Outside. You know Outside.
Yes.
The music. What was it about? Like, you know?
Outside is a song about being outside.
Being outside, yeah.
Literally being outside and the things you go through.
Yeah.
You know, when you're outside.
Yeah. You write this 333 on your post on Instagram.
That's mind, body, and soul. So 3 is a sacred number.
Yeah.
It's the Trinity. So when you add 333,
Yep.
you're tripling the Trinity, which is mind, body, and soul. Everything comes in threes.
Threes, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, master fitness, master movers, master rappers. How do you balance all this? Like, how do you still do this? Because I'm doing fitness. I love music, but I find it so difficult to pick up my pen and pen something down. You get right? Like, I'm struggling to get back to it.
Well, it takes work. You have to consciously make a decision. Okay, I'm going to sit here and concentrate my ass off for no reason.
Right.
No one's paying me.
No one's listening to me.
No one's listening to me. I got one viewer. Shout out to my one viewer.
Yo, you are the
best. I love you. Don't ever go away.
Don't ever go.
You know. But one of my songs that got this is a highlight for me. Yeah. I'm not one of those YouTube or bloggers that have 1 million views or anything like that. But one of my songs, what is the name of this? It got over 1,000 views. That was big for me.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And 12 shares in 12 different countries.
Wow. That's dope. What was the song?
The song, damn, what the hell is the name of the song? Bro, we got to edit this shit. I can't even remember my song. The song, I wrote it before I went on a Black Lives Matter protest in Boston.
Gotcha.
I gotta actually look it up. I should look it up.
Okay, look it up.
Because it matters.
It matters. But like, I don't blame you because you there's so many songs on your Instagram. Like, to a point, it was more like a rapper's page than even a fitness page. And I was like, this guy's dropping music and people are just sleeping on it. Like, it pissed me off.
It pissed you off? This my dude.
This guy's dropping some bombs here and everyone's just liking, just like, let's just scroll by.
So it's called PK Sounds of the Street.
PK Sounds.
And that song is dear to me because one day I was going to the studio. Mm-hmm. And this was during 2020. Some of these songs were made in 2020.
Yeah, during COVID.
When we had nothing to do but write songs and think about life. Sounds of the Street, it goes, sounds of the street playing on my soul. Time stands still where the wheels just roll. Around like a merry-go-round, nobody knows. Around like a merry-go-round, nobody knows.
I love
she holds me down a lot with the kids. Way before breakfast, I'm just restless. She got me out running the streets. I need your fresh kiss. It's out of the shower and into the frying pan. I'm caught up in your magic, understand. So it was just at the time what was going on in 2020. Yeah. The protests were happening. I wrote this song before I went to the protests. I came back. I got out the studio. And I said to my wife, do you want to go to the protest? She said to me, you want to go to the protest? I said, sure, let's go. We took video. The video ended up being the music video for the song, and it happened to just match.
Yeah.
And it was so meant to be. The words that I was saying,
and the protest,
and the protest, the picture.
Yeah.
If you listen to the song, you'll see what I'm saying. Like about it's hurting my heart. He got killed, and now I'm trying to figure this out. It's so real. We all. It said something about we all. The price is unbearable. We all. I forgot the words to it, but I never turn my back on a G, and we live eternal. My words go for mile and catch fires. It's an infernal. Things that we were all going through collectively as a society. I just happened to write it in a song and match the video, and I did get a lot of love on that. Like, that was the most love on that song. So I appreciate that, everybody.
Thank you guys for, we still got to go show you. So you still deserve more recognition than this, but that's the thing about life, man.
But, and I have to say real quick, I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
I did it so people can understand there's real people going through real stuff out here, and it's not just me. We're a collective, whether it's this or that situation. You know, it's all one. You know, not to segregate or say this is better or this is worse. You know,
it's all just
but go ahead,
vibe.
Lucky.
You understand, right? Yeah. No, I feel you. You know, I was talking about, like, this is the thing about life, man. People that do real shit don't get recognized. You understand me, right? And that's the price you gotta pay. You could go and you could still rap about ice and, you know, things that don't exist, and the world will love it. You get me, right? You would make the #1 billboard. You get
right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, how many lives are you changing?
And I did shows, but I used to do shows in Boston.
Yeah.
And I got turned off when I started seeing what the music industry is about.
Yeah, I'm like, that's when me too. I told myself, if I write a song, I don't want to write a song that brings someone down.
I remember I did a contest, and I lost the contest to someone who was talking about jewelry, clothes. and when I went up there, you know, the judge was like, one judge was like, I loved your music. It was awesome. And then all the other judges were like, I like the beat, but I didn't, you know, I didn't know really what you were trying to say. And it was like, wow, you know?
Yeah. That's the world we live in, my brother. That's the world we live in.
So then I realized I just got to do me and not worry about it. Like, I don't need contests. I don't need views or likes. Or it's good to have. It's nice. I appreciate the love. But I'm writing the music because I love it, and it's a part of me, and that's who I am.
Facts.
You know?
Makes a lot of sense.
And someone once said to me, the right people will listen to it. And that's, if one person hears it, that's all I need.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
Man, I respect
and you're definitely that one person. I appreciate it.
I'm still gonna go listen to the songs, man. I'm still gonna listen. I want to still hear more on these songs, like, because like I said, I want to go back to writing. We should do a song together too. I want to go back to writing, and I just need something like this to motivate me to just. I want to hear what you're spitting, and hopefully it could just rub off me.
See, it's the experience, Lucky. Like, we go to the studio, it's the process. That we're enjoying. Yeah, we're gonna get a song out of it, but it's the process that we're paying for to get there. That's what it's about to me.
It's not even about the song itself.
It's not even about the song. And if we come up with, oh my God,
the song
and we
is
have
not even guaranteed to be, but the process is what. If you enjoy the process, that's really what.
Exactly.
Yep. I love that. My next question is, like, what does success mean to you?
Success means you're able to be who you want to be, when you need to be, go where you want to go, when you need to go there. You know, you're doing what you want to do because you love to do it.
Where do you get that from?
Just years and years of trials and tribulations of knowing what I don't want to do.
Facts.
You know, and trying to sit in that seat and be disciplined in a seat I'm not even supposed to sit in. You know, now I'm in the seat that I want to sit in.
It doesn't matter how small it is. You understand me, right?
Doesn't matter.
At least it's a seat that you.
I'm not lucky. I'm blessed.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
You know.
Real. So, we're almost coming to the end. What do you want to be known for?
I want to be known as a healer, as someone who's changed people's lives. Making connections, love. I want to be known as that guy who was in the foxhole with you during that battle. That's important to me, because as I feel that from others, there's a lot of people that are sitting right here, right now, that I owe a lot of respect, admiration, and just I'm so thankful they're in my life. The only reason I'm me like this is because of these other people. If I were to show you dead or alive, that's 100. And that's me.
That's true, man.
They're a part of me. I'm a part of them. You know, so as we become who we are, that's what I want to be known for.
I love that.
You know?
I love that. I love that. You want to be known for, healer, life changer, for love, helping people. That's great, man. That's great. So what's the next thing for you? Like, what's the next 5 years from now? What's your goal? Where do you want to be? Like, what's a new field that you want to break into, or what's next for you, PK?
Motivational speaking.
Motivational speaking. You've done a few of them.
Yeah.
I saw 2 of them you did with David. David took a video of that, right?
Yes.
David, and you spoke about energy.
Yeah, short
videos, and you spoke about something about everything starts with you or something like that.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be a motivational speaker, PK?
I just want to tell my story. I just want to enlighten others about their own power. So I want to be the one who turns on that power within you. Like, like you said, you're motivated to rap because you hear my music.
Yes.
That's exactly why I do it.
Fact.
Facts. And I've spent a lot of money into my music, knowing that I'm not going to get a dime of it back, but it doesn't even matter because you just paid me back everything that I put into it by saying what you said.
Yeah.
Now imagine that.
Which is a lot more than money can buy.
Which is a lot more than money can buy.
A lot more than money can buy. I respect that. I respect that. I love motivational speakers. I love it because they changed my life.
Yes.
They changed my life. There were even till now when I wake up, I don't listen to music. I listen to Les Brown. I listen to Eric Thomas. I listen to Inky Johnson. Listen to Jim Rohns. I listen to things that would, because there were days in my life where like I didn't have the motivation to do anything. I just didn't do it. I gave up on life. But those guys, man, they made me love life again.
Yep.
They made me want to do it again. They made me want to. Oh man, like I hear people say motivational speakers are trash. I'm like, do you know they made me? Do you know, like, I would have been gone, bro. I would have been gone. But I listened to these guys every day. Like, it was a point where I had to listen to them every morning, every day, to just help me get out of the house.
Yes.
You get it, right? I had to put them in my ear. Like, I didn't want to listen to anybody else.
Yes.
Because everything else I couldn't relate with.
Right.
But the messages I was getting from them
powerful.
Would take me to the gym.
Powerful.
Will make me push
thank
every
God for them.
Bro, thank God
for them. At one point, I was listening to TD Jakes.
TD Jakes saved my life.
Yes.
I listened to TD Jakes oh boy, TD Jakes. There was a point where I listened to TD Jakes every single day. Share some messages with me of TD Jakes that you remember, like,
oh my God, he gets in.
Jesus
he goes deep.
He goes deep. He talks from how he was
why are you following the wrong people? Well, what's your purpose? Jesus. Things of that nature.
When he talks about the ego, when he talks about the ego too, like,
and his struggles, coming from as a pastor.
Yep.
Speaking to in a church that had maybe 2 or 3 people.
His shoes were torn.
With mice in the building.
He couldn't even like, that boy is crazy. You understand, right? Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
And I was able to listen to these guys and
yes.
and I could see myself through them, because like for me, I didn't even have a father figure to tell me what life really was.
Yeah.
So these guys became that father figure that were telling me the truth. There were times where, like, there's this TD Jakes message that I never forgot. I was in a very rough place and I accidentally came across it. And the message was very simple. Keep coming. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how many times you've fallen in life. I don't care who broke your heart. I don't keep moving. Like, right. He's like, this was Bishop TD Jakes saying it. Like, he's like, he was telling me everything that I've gone through, but he keeps telling me, keep moving, keep moving, one step at a time. And like, literally, I heard him and I stood up and I started taking steps. And that was how my life changed.
It's powerful.
Powerful.
I once said, I was teaching a group class as a trainer, and I said to everyone in that room, I said, as they were doing drills, running past me, you know, I think they were doing the ladder or something, and it was 2 people at a time. I said, I'm the guy on this part of the hill that's going to get you to the upper part of the hill. I said, there'll be another guy, but I'm this guy on this part of the hill.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we all have teachers or places where you have, you know, someone saying, even people who are motivational speakers, I'm sure TD Jakes will say who he listened to. You know? Yeah. So we all have that. There's these points. So I want to be that guy. I want to be known for, you know, helping someone get from point A to point B. Yeah. Because when I experienced that in my own life with other people, I'm like, wow, that's the hero. Yeah. That's the person.
So that you have a lot in your belt, man. Like, and I love it. Like, you know, fitness, motivation, music. What else, man? What else you got?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever I can handle.
So what's your plan with the motivation of speaking?
Oh, well, I have like any other thought. Yeah. I have the initial thought, and now I have to have some more thoughts about where I want to go with it. If I want it to become a business or, you know, a hobby, nonprofit, you know, so I have a few ideas.
Okay. Man, I admire it, man. I know the power of it because, like I said, I am a blessing from it. It's blessed and changed my life. So I can imagine the next me that you might be speaking to next time maybe when you drop your message, you'd get right. And
I think there's a lot there, Lucky, with you and I. You know, maybe this is the reason why I came here today.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
You've helped me as a platform to say what I need to say. So things like this.
I didn't even know that, man. But now it just makes sense. Like, this was like maybe your first step or something. Because I'm going to definitely post this message on Instagram of you saying something that someone is going to listen to and hopefully gets motivated or inspired to go do something about their life. You understand? So,
yes.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Eternally.
So if you could sit with the younger you, 15 years old you, and give him an advice, what advice would you give to him?
Just be patient. The good things are coming.
Interesting.
Everything's going to work out. It's all going to work out. You know?
I feel you. Where do you learn that from?
Just the wisdom. Just having wisdom. You know, and going through a lot of things and seeing the bigger picture. Yeah. And just knowing that somehow, some way, things work out. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
Somebody right now might be in a situation where they're like, oh, you know, I'm in this place. How do I get out of it?
Yeah.
You know, and everything changes. Nothing lasts forever. So, and that's a good thing because that means your situation is going to change soon. And the way it's going to change even faster is if you put your mind to it and visualize you in another situation. Meditate 15 minutes a day. This is how, ready for the liberation?
Give it to us.
Meditate 15 minutes a day. Envision where you want to be. After that 15 minutes, you put a timer on. And I want you to put a timer on because we don't want you just sitting there for hours and hours not getting anything done. Yeah. Because there's a balance. If you have 15 minutes, we all might have 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You envision your success. You envision where you want to be, where you want to go. And then you have to have the feeling. And you have to act as if you're already there. Yeah. Through your heart chakra. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And use that fire. I'm an Aries. Okay? My horoscope sign. Lucky's an Aries. Too. So we're very fiery. We have a lot of passion. You can put that to good use in your vision. And just imagine you wherever you want to be.
Love it.
So that's the most powerfulest thing you can have. We're going back to imagination. Imagine you being in a good place. Focus, imagination, and action.
Wow. Focus.
Imagination, and action.
Big three.
Yep. So 333. Remember, mind, body, and soul. Yeah. Really embody what you were meant to be.
I love it.
And don't slack. Don't waste time.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it. Any last words for my listeners, PK? Any last words?
We are eternal. We are eternal beings. We're having an experience right now, which is a beautiful experience called life. You know, some moments are scary, some moments are sad, happy, etc. But know that you're only here for a little bit of time and then we're gone. So make the most out of your dream, because we are all dreaming this.
Yeah.
And in this dream, just be the dream master. Master that dream. So when I say master fitness, master movers, this is what I'm talking about. I look at myself as the dream master, and I'm here to think of a better dream. You, whoever's watching this, I want you to be the dream master and dream yourself a better dream.
Wow. Now I get where the word master. I never asked that. I always love to ask about names, where they come from. So master is, you came with that master from that. Explain to us.
Master yourself. Master one's emotions. Master your building. So if you're a master mover, you're master building. There was these master builders of old that used to build buildings. And there were a group of people that would only build buildings that would last and had sacred geometry. Not like these buildings that we're building today that crumble, that are cookie cutter with cheap material. So as a builder, as an architect of this new world that we're in, like Lucky says, we have to create our world. We can't leave it to other people anymore. We have to be the dream masters.
Yeah. Wow. Now I get where that master's coming from.
It's time to wake up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, wow. And how can my people reach out to you? How can people, support your business? Because, guys, we have to, any way, shape, or form. PK just came on the podcast and just opened our eyes to so much. And, he talked about the power of imagination and power of liberation. So much he has just dropped for us, and the only thing we can do is to give back to him. And he's not even asking for much from us, money or anything, just support, follow, like, share, subscribe. He master movers. If you have someone that is looking for move out, move a company for a move out, he has a company from that. So these are all ways that we can give back to him. So as he leaves his information, let us do the least we can and be part of his story, help him, give back to him. That's all we ask for. Okay, so PK, how can people reach to you?
So my music on YouTube is PK 617, PIQUE 617. That's the YouTube. And then on Instagram, I'm Master Fitness Boston. So you can reach out to me. You can message me for anything.
What about your move out? Do you have?
I'm Master Movers out of Wakefield. So Master Movers MA.
Yeah.
So if you want to reach out to me, and with any concerns about moving, we're Master Movers out of Wakefield. MasterMoversMA.com.
Yes. Thing I love about PK's Master Movers is because his vision for it. They are not just ordinary movers, they are master movers. They, like he talked about, the master builders. They build houses that last for a long time. That's the same energy he's putting in his moving company. You understand me, right? So they are masters in moving. They would move your things with so much excellence that you would even believe it can be done, right? That's the goal my brother has for his company. I know that, trust me, I know that, because now I know where the name master is coming from.
And it's the same with the training. Yes. Like if you train with me, you'll understand it's a whole different level of training. You know, something that speaks for itself. You know, when I train somebody and they say, "Oh, so this isn't just training." They had an epiphany. They go, "Oh my God. You also train the mind? This is like a dojo." So, and I always remember that, like I was looking at them like, yeah, but yes.
You're a full package.
Absolutely.
Not just physical, but also mental at the same time, you know. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. And that's what I do too, man. As a personal trainer, people don't just come to me and go physically changed. They come to me and go mentally changed.
Exactly.
They come to me and they want to do what they couldn't do before. You understand me, right?
I was always surprised at how much I changed too in the process. I learned so much from my clients when I've trained them that it's the best reward. So talk about eternal and things that matter and really getting the most out of your experiences. Yeah. So like if you're really looking for value, find an experience and take the most out of it that's going to enrich you, your life, and yourself, and you're going to find value. Now you found the gold, as we say in alchemy.
Yeah, I love that. I love how Pique just summarized this whole thing up, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I still have to listen to this episode again. Pique dropped so much bomb that just the conversation wasn't enough. I still want to listen to this and also still learn from it. I took note from this conversation. And most important thing Pique said today, you know, so many things, but he said, be like the water. You understand me, right? Stay neutral. You know, change is the only thing that's permanent in life. Every other thing else come and goes, you know, but you're always going to be changing from one thing to the other. So if you're like water, you don't have problem fitting into these environments that life would always put us in. And we all know that life plays with us. Life always wants us to be uncomfortable. Life wants to, you know, move us around. From the moment we're getting comfortable in one thing, you know, something else comes and, you know, completely just shakes us from that comfort, you understand, right? And the only way we can be comfortable in this environment is to be neutral, be like water. And he also explained to us that it's easier said than done. Like, it takes a lot of work, but if you're ready to do that work, there's gonna be change. And, you know, we shouldn't be afraid of you know, doing that work. We need to do that work. And also the power of imagination. Everything here that Pique has achieved so far is all from imagination. The moment he walked in that personal training, you know, interview and said to the guy, imagine if, and he just opened the guy's mind to what the guy have never even imagined before. Like, that's such a powerful thing that, guys, I want us to, you know, not just listen to this podcast, but whatever we have learned from this podcast, apply it. You know, he talked about focus, imagination, and action.
Yes.
Those three things he called, they are things that if we can, you know, focus on one thing, imagine we being there and then taking the action, we're going to be unstoppable. And this is not the first time I'm hearing it, not just from Pique, but I've read about these things, and these things really, really work. So as we leave today's podcast, my advice for you guys is think big, man. Imagine everything. Imagine even the unimaginable things, but don't end there. Take action. Meditate. Write it down, like he said, and then stand up and go for it. Right, Pique?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, say thank you so much, guys, for listening to today's episode. Pique.
I'm not lucky, I'm blessed.
We are not lucky, we are blessed. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Yes.